but I have the other ones available in there.
Wait.
But
What? So, Luke, what are you drinking today?
Coca-Cola.
Morning on the way to the gym and set my ukulele on top of the car and then drove off down the road.
I need a bow after that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Look at that.
I learned my lessons from last night. What a welcome, thank you. I drink the most fruity drinks imaginable.
It's laundry day.
it's laundry day.
So you always wear hats with laundry day.
I'm here to do you a favor, James. As you say, later.
So how did you two meet?
Well, there's these places in San Francisco. I think they're called bathhouses.
It's like one of those things where everyone wants to focus on like the big events that happen, but day to day, what we're doing is we're on like some of our draw streams, smoking weed, making comics. It's chill. It's so much fun, and like
Yes. Man, it's I'm not a YouTuber. I do this because I want to sell comic books. Woo! Yes, guys. Hello, everyone. It is Sunday. This means another episode of A Drink With Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their hopes and their dreams and their lives, but also their books and their campaigns. Because, frankly, I'm kind of done with mainstream, like corporate comics. They kind of suck. They bore me. And indie is where the passion is, guys. So yes, welcome all. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. My weekend was slow and not slow at the same time because I wanted to slow things down for myself. I've been working a bit much lately, but I still had something to launch because we extended the current Perfect 10 POWERTRIP campaign that is on Indiegogo. We extended it to fund my comic. So if you still want this book, you want to support the production of Perfect 10 Book 5, you can go to Fund My Comic and you can back it there. And then you get a specific, special, exclusive cover made by Allan Goldman and Thiago Gomez. It's a wonderful, awesome cover. It will be rare because we will print the amount that the people back, right? Plus maybe a little bit extra, and that's it. So go get it while you can. And for those people who have already backed on Indiegogo and they go to Fund My Comic and they see this cover C, this third cover, and they're like, wow, that cover is awesome. Also, just go back it and you have a coupon code. You can fill in the code shipping paid. So if you put in the code shipping paid, it will be added to Indiegogo shipment without extra shipping costs. That's awesome, right? So make the most of that, guys. The link to that is in the description of this video. So go check that out. Wow. Let's see who's in the chat. I saw that David Feed is with us today. David Feed, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening to you, sir. And I saw you're already sharing the link for today's campaign. If you want to know more about hot blue babes with the yellow eyes, you got to check. And then the link to Immortal Rising comics on Indiegogo. Thank you so much for sharing that, David. Excellent. And I saw the arts of Thomas Took. Welcome, Thomas Took. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Immortal Rising comic book. Hey, chat. He says, hey, yeah. And John A. Douglas. Welcome, John. Nice to see you, sir. Hell yeah, Immortal Rising 2. I think John is a fan of the first book. Right. So it's time to do this. So it's time for the guest. It's time to dive into this wonderful campaign, this wonderful fantasy world, and talk about the creator. So let's see if I have it set up. I think that I do. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I have a very warm welcome for the guest, Aaron C.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you, everybody. Please have a seat.
Sit down, calm down, people.
Yeah,
calm
it's fine.
down.
I just want to say I was watching your I've seen your intro before, but I just was reminded you have a video, like apparently we were on a show together and it was before this mural was finished, and it's just like it's me and then like this white and black stuff going on behind me. I was like, holy cow, because I was only up for maybe 2 weeks before I was able to get this up. What's
There's
that?
this mural behind you right now. You were making that.
Yeah, well, I wasn't making it, but
Oh.
my buddy was. He does murals like museums and for townships and stuff. So, anyways, he wanted something fun to do, and I was like, "Hey, will you make me a dungeon?" And he said, "Yeah, let's do it."
Really, that is awesome. So some people
Yeah.
might have thought that this was a background that you can.
I get that.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So
Right.
no, that's
That's
all.
real.
That's there. That is really there.
Holy shit, man.
I'm the one
And
who's
that's
AI
cool.
generated, so it's fine.
Cool. Yeah. And that's in relation to what? This is your game room or what?
All right. So actually, on my channel, I it's about a year ago. I took it in. I kind of gave it a theme and did an intro video and everything. And the idea is that a demon named Black Chad, a demon of despair, imprisoned me. Yeah, he imprisoned me in this dungeon, and to because I was saying too many positive things, so about like indie stuff. So to get back at him, I decided to torture him by reading, reviewing, and talking with indie comic and novel creators and artists and everything. So it's pretty fun. The video is really funny. So if anybody's interested, go check out my channel. And actually now I do I co-host with who's a Jason Sandberg, I think that's his name. He does Jupiter. Yeah, and Craig White, who does Soul Tech, which I'm going through right now. So I bought it probably, I don't know, like a year ago. Let me hold it up. So I'm on one right now. I got 4 of them. My son liked them, so I got a thumbs up from him. So I was like, well, I finally got a bunch of stuff read. Let me pick this one up. So yeah, I like it so far. I haven't finished it. I just started it today when I was sitting here waiting. So
sure, but these reviews that you do, this is a frequent show, frequent thing?
It was. I haven't done it in a while. I took some time off to concentrate on getting my campaign ready and everything. Because actually, my campaign I was going to launch in like March or April, but I decided to take some time. Well, I harassed and I tortured and threatened Chris Fisk to teach me how to do some Photoshop so I could build up my campaign on my own. And it also let me go in and I could, change dialogue without having this long process of going through somebody else. So yeah, man, it's so empowering to be able to do like my own graphics work and change and edit like bubbles and move stuff around. It's so great. Cool. I wish I had learned that before I got into making comics, put it that way.
Yeah, it really helps when you can like do do some stuff yourself. We're not just writers. We need to do a lot of things, and
Mhm.
whatever we don't have to like pay for.
Yeah,
That's
it's really
the benefit,
helpful. Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
I saw some new people coming in.
Oh, there we
Eastlyn.
go.
Welcome, Eastlyn. Hello, all. A blue girl on screen. And turning the dungeon into a not torture but fun place. I think she means that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, well, what's funny is in my intro, I'm like, I'm gonna fight back against you, evil demon. I'm gonna read, I'm gonna read and review and interview all these comics and these, or indie creators. And he's like, even the bad ones. I said, yes, even the bad ones. So yes,
Yeah.
it's a little tongue in cheek and fun. So
Right. 58 Underground. Welcome, sir. Welcome. And Eastlyn knows about
what's up?
Soultag. Yeah.
Yeah.
And welcome, Darksiders Comics.
Hey, what's up, Darkside?
Sir? Excellent. So before we continue the conversation, talk about anything. Oh wait, let me turn this off. I need to ask you the question that I need to ask all my guests is, what are you drinking?
Well, today I probably shouldn't be because it's bad for me, but I've got a little monster going on. So there we go.
Oh, Monster, like a booster, a power drink or something, right?
A little energy drink. It's become a bad habit, and I need to get away.
Really?
Yeah, I need to, like, I'll have one a day or something, or one every couple of days. So I need to go to like coffee. That'd probably be better for me. But.
Yeah. Right, Jens. We're having energy drink today. What do you think of that?
Oh, disgusting. Ugh.
Oh, okay. He's not a
No, I
fan.
don't like that. No, he doesn't like it.
He's not a fan. All right. So Aaron, it might be a bit redundant, this question. I can kind of guess, but what is your favorite genre?
It's hard to put a finger on, but I would say fantasy. It's probably, yeah.
Really? Fantasy. So how did that start? Where did your fascination for fantasy start?
Oh, geez. Growing up, I remember, so it was the 80s. My parents didn't really regulate what I watched all that much. And a lot of times I ended up watching movies with my dad. And we're talking like heavy metal. We're talking, Excalibur, of course, Star Wars, which I consider fantasy, not really sci-fi, but that's whatever. That's another subject. But just all the early 80s fantasy. Of course, Conan the Barbarian. I can't believe I almost missed that one. But yeah, just all of that stuff. I immediately fell in love with it. And then as I got older, I think I was probably 10, and my brother, my older brother was 13, and he was learning Dungeons and Dragons from nerdy friends of his, and he wanted somebody to kind of play with. And so I made, my first character, and, flipping through the books and seeing all of the gorgeous art and everything. I didn't really understand, everything about it, what was going on. But the idea that I could, it's almost like VR, for my 10-year-old self, my imagination was my VR, room. So I could just go into these worlds and do whatever I wanted, So yeah, that's when it all fell into place.
Right. Gorilla Mar, welcome, sir.
What up?
Welcome.
Nice avatar.
Guys, subscribe to Gorilla Mar's YouTube channel. He does like reviews of comics and stuff like that.
Nice.
Really cool.
So
yeah, the best way to get introduced into fantasy board games or tabletop games is through other people, right? I once tried it. Like I once tried it. We bought like something. I can't really remember. It was a long time back, right? But
sure.
You had this reading, this story. You had to read out the story, and then other people were characters, and everything was in our minds, and we had no one to explain it. We were all new, so it was a disaster. It was, we had, so much stuff to figure out. While we went.
Yeah, it's true.
Much.
Yeah, like modules is a great way to do it. You buy an adventure. Kind of read through it. You don't have to be Really very good at DMing. You just kind of follow the DMing as the dungeon master, like game master. You just kind of follow the 1, 2, 3s of the module and come out the other side. So it's not too bad.
Right.
And especially now with like since all the shutdowns and all that stuff, a lot of people got into tabletop gaming and just doing this, getting together over video and using their different apps for like to show rolls and stuff like that, like their dice rolls. But they started gaming together like that. And D&D and other ones, they had a big influx of new people. So which not all of it was good, but it did bring in new blood, which helped.
Right.
Not everybody was rainbow wig wearing weirdos, but there was a lot of that too. you know how the corporate media is lately. So
sure. Yeah. And nowadays you have it's I don't know how people who really are into Dungeons and Dragons feel about it, but you have this game called Hero Quest, right? Which is basically a light version of Dungeons and Dragons, I think.
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to play that. And now Hero Quest has this revival going on.
I'm sure. It's got a lot of old
it's reprinted now. It has brand new characters, new expansions. It's coming back, man.
Yeah,
and that's really cool.
It's a little bit more board gamey, which I don't mind. I didn't play Hero Quest. I played a different one that was really similar to it. I can't remember the name of it right now, but mostly what my group does is we do a lot of theater of the mind. So a lot of theater of the mind and dry erase boards. They go a long way. So you can sit there and draw out the map or the battle that's going on and stuff. My son, who just turned 9, he's been into it maybe, I don't know, kind of a year, I guess, and by now, and I got him some like terrain and like maps and stuff and little figures.
Cool.
That he can actually play like a board game. So we do that every now and again too. So that's fun.
That's really cool. Really cool. Right. So it started with you with movies, then you were introduced to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And at some point, so could it be that your current comic, your current story, like comes from your Dungeons and Dragons?
It's completely based on our world that we play on. So now, like the world that we have been playing, the setting has been around for a long time. But when I first started writing the comic, I asked everybody that was playing at the time. I was like, "Hey, if I'm going to write a story, where do you think I should start with?" And I think all of them, they all agreed for where I'm at right now. So. Like everybody that had a character at that time is in the book, so which is fun.
Wow, really cool. Right.
Yeah,
so
it's
basically
pretty fun.
This is a story that's based on your playthroughs, so it's technically co-written also by the players.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I will say it's, the comic is loosely based on it. Like there are some pretty different stuff. Like it doesn't translate directly, 1-to-1. So, but all of the characters and the setting is all based on our actual table. So, which is fun because I get to share it with everybody else, and in case, if you haven't read it or haven't seen me on other shows, it's basically a combination of if you had Castlevania and Final Fantasy like together. That's really the aesthetic of Immortal Rising. So if you've got like the dark fantasy of Castlevania with like vampires and stuff like that and werewolves and whatnot, and then you also have the epic fantasy of Final Fantasy. So which is super fun. You get like these big grandiose things going on. Some spaceships and things like that as well.
Right. AGE Comics, welcome, sir.
What's up, Paul?
Welcome. Yeah, I can imagine that when you've been doing Dungeons and Dragons for 10 years, you said that
Well,
You-
a lot
you've
longer than that, but go ahead.
Longer. All right, sorry. Then technically, you've written like books full with adventures and stories and so much material.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Every new adventure or campaign that we do is, possibly another string of 20 comics. I don't know.
Really? Yeah.
Not that I'm going to do that, but
So
you never
you
know.
can keep going. You can keep going with so
Yes.
the comic you're making right now. So it's set in a Dungeons and Dragons universe, or is it something else?
Not like officially Dungeons and Dragons, of course, but
Sure.
yeah, it's medieval.
Mhm.
There is some tech in it, it's like fantasy tech. So
Mhm.
there we go. Currently playing Final Fantasy IX. Go check out the Indiegogo campaign. You might see some stuff you like if you
Right.
have not already read it.
Well, that's a nice segue. Let's do that. Let's bring up your campaign. Immortal Rising number 2, subtitled "Burnt Offerings."
Oh yeah.
All right. Let me. Shall we start with the trailer? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, trailer by Good Stuff.
Okay, cool. Good stuff. There we go.
I'll find you, Locutus, my creator. From your chaotic bones I shall make my order.
Mm-hmm. That's the bad guy. The big bad.
Congratulations, recruits.
I'm so excited.
I don't want to babysit two spoiled princes.
I need to make a good impression for the soldiers. This is a silly waste of time.
What? Is that my long-lost magic ruby? Empress, find my ruby.
Your will is my command, my master. We're invading Terra to find Balmain's ruby.
Go forth, save the innocent, and punish the wicked.
Yes, Father. I have an easy life. But is that all there is?
The ruby could win this war once and for all. Let's kick the nest and see what falls out.
Locutus calls to his creations for help.
Where are we?
What are those things? We have to get out of here.
Have the gods gone mad?
The Bomanites have invaded Terra. Has the last shard of Locutus' heart been found?
The war cannot continue without the heart. We can't risk losing it if it's there.
You've come to the wrong place. Terra is under my protection.
Cool design.
Yeah.
All right, let's refresh.
Ooh, Infinite Tail. There's a buddy.
Excellent. Dr. Rhino. Hey, Dr. Rhino.
What up?
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Really cool. So these voices are of the players of the game? Or...
No, well, that's actually Good Stuff and his family, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got his own, trying to do his own production company deal, and he incorporated his family as well. So,
all right,
it's cool. That must be fun.
Okay, so you just launched.
Yes, right? Friday. I was on Bancroft, thankfully.
All right, cool, really cool. So, 48% funded, 30 backers, really cool. Guys, the link to this campaign is pinned in the chat. It's also in the description of this video. If you want to check it out, please do. And if you back, let us know so we can have a little celebration going on.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Immortal Rising. So the first question.
Yes, sir.
What is Immortal Rising?
Immortal Rising is a story. Well, it is its own universe, but we start off with a story of these young strangers who are all kind of thrust together through fate and the act of the gods to basically survive in a war that's raging, and they have to learn to not only survive against the monsters of the world, but also they have to figure out how to work together and survive each other. They don't always agree on everything. So, and that's kind of the arc of the first 3 books is them meeting, them kind of figuring out each other's personalities, and then hopefully by the end coming together well enough to overcome a major threat that's going on around them. So,
all right.
One of those threats may be that ogre in issue 2.
Yes, yeah, really cool. Look at this design, also powerful image.
Yeah, and that ogre, that cover was done by Jimmy Reyes and colorist, Andrea Gardino or something like that. He's in. I have little credits kind of pick. It has everybody that's contributed to Immortal Rising. So, and before I go too far, Immortal Rising is also 2 stories in one. So you've got like if you played a role-playing game, you've got like the first level guys, and then the second story, it's a short story. It's like 10 pages. You also get to see the 20th level guys, like the gods, kind of moving around and how they're reacting to the same things that the low level guys are going through. Now they don't necessarily meet, but it's the same major events that are going on,
right?
Which is fun.
Right.
I find that seems to be a very unique aspect of it. I don't think anybody else is really doing that. So,
right,
pretty cool.
Right. The same backdrop, same thing, only experience from different
perspectives. Yeah,
different perspectives. Really, really cool. Welcome, Katie.
What up, Katie?
Welcome. Nice to see you. Cool. Very nice cover. So you also got Corey Barton to make you something.
Yes, he was the one that did our lovely blue lady right there, the Empress. And I'm so glad he did. He knocked it out of the park. That's one of the best ones that I've seen so far of all the commission work I've had done.
Really? Did you give Corey like freedom to pick whatever he wanted to do for the cover, or did you guide him a little bit?
So actually, I gave him a pose. I said I'd like her to do something like this. I gave him the reference material of the comic, and he ran with it. He did everything else. So
right. So you knew you wanted this character for the cover.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, because after my first campaign, she got a ton of attention, and now in the comic, I don't play up a lot of sexuality, at all. I don't cuss in it either. But everybody was just, what do they call her? The big titty goth chick. They loved it. And so I was like, well, I'm going to have to lean into that and put her on the cover of the first one. So
of course. And who better than Corey Barton to make that happen?
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. He does some of the best female characters out there. So I definitely went to him. I was like, Corey, please. So
both these covers are fantastic, but this is from issue 1, because this has a 1. So is this a reprint of issue 1, or is this?
Yes, it is a reprint. There is some things that I have corrected. Like for instance, I think Darkseid is comics. He did a review of it, and he pointed out some things that had been missed. So the things that I could correct, I went in and graphically changed. But otherwise, it's pretty much the same story, or it is the same story. And then some of the insides is a little different. So,
right. Yeah. It's always, once these books are printed, we always find stuff that we would have seen differently. But then we hope that the readers don't notice.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, and now with my newfound Photoshop skills, I was like, let me take out this and maybe move this balloon over here. That kind of stuff happened as well.
All right. Oh, you do that with Photoshop, the balloon placement.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so one thing that I'm trying to do is I wanted to get into selling floppies. And unfortunately, when I wrote the story, I didn't think ahead like that. I was just like, I got this, passion project story that I want to tell.
Yeah.
And what's up, Wrangler? And so, looking back on it now, I'm like, how about I cut them in half and try to sell them more affordable price, You know, like
Yeah.
I can go to a convention and sell one of these for $5 or leave it at like, you know, my local comic shop or game store, you know, and potentially sell them individually for $5 instead of trying to sell a graphic novel for $25. You know, it's not the easiest thing to do, you know.
Yeah. So you didn't anticipate that you were going to cut up the story, right?
I did not originally. So
Right.
I tried to find the best part in the middle of the story to kind of divide it up. And then also in the floppies, I've added, you know, like a page that'll be like previously, you know, like a previously on Immortal Rising. And then, you know, next time on Immortal Rising kind of stuff as well. So, which is
right. Wrangler, welcome. Nice to see you. And he says,
What's
I
up,
can't
dude?
wait for issue 2.
Right on. Thank you. He did a great review of it. He actually walked through the story and it was funny. You know, he made fun of some stuff, which was really funny, and just had a good time with it. I liked it. It was like 20 minutes or something too.
Wow.
I had to share that one out to some friends who they all loved.
Yeah, it's really cool when people take the time and the efforts to actually make videos about these books, right? We really
just
appreciate
talking
that.
about it. I really appreciated it.
Yeah.
So, and
really
I
cool.
really like when seeing other people enjoy my passion project, you know. And I want to get it out there to more people because I think between Jose's art and the unique setting and everything, I think it'll go really far. So just got to get it in more hands.
This definitely has a lot of potential to grow.
Yes,
and
I think
Gorilla,
so too. Thank you.
Gorilla Mars has got you backed. So do you mean right now or earlier? Wait, let me see. It's 30 backers. Let me refresh.
Oh, and
31.
if you do, there we go. Thank you, Gorilla Mars. Thank you very much.
Man. Thank you so much. Wait. Where is it? Where is it? Do I have it? Yes.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! Yes!
I love it. To let you know, Gorilla Mar, and anyone else who decides to back in this today, I suppose, back today, you will receive the early bird card, which is that Corey Barton Empress print as a trading card. So
this this image, you mean?
Yes, that is,
really cool.
and you can kind of see it in the perk tile. I've got it kind of tucked in there. It says early bird, and it's got a copy of that card. So any tier that you buy for you know, today, you'll get the early bird card as well.
Oh, that's only for today, because today is the last day that people can get that.
No, I'm gonna have it up probably because since I'm a nobody, I have to spend a lot of time churning up attention. So I want as many people as I can to get one. So I'm probably gonna leave it up for a week. But I say today to just try to put a fire under everybody's butts.
Yeah, sure.
And just go buy right now. So because then you'll forget, you'll put it off and all that other shit, and then like, oops, I forgot, and then
the first week passes and you totally forgot.
Yeah, exactly.
You will never forgive yourself. And Mohammed Ibn Fadlan is a certified badass.
Yeah, just wait, Wrangler. So little update because I know there's a few readers in the chat. Issue 3 has been scripted and sent to Jose. I've given him down like already payment on it, and he's already sketched out issue 3. So and spoiler, there's going to it's going to be just a giant fucking battle. Excuse my language. So 3 is going to be crazy. Put it that way.
Wow. Yeah. We want that. We want crazy.
There we go. That's the team.
Yeah, the entire team, entire list of
everybody that's contributed.
Holy shit!
Well, to the art and the story and everything. Yeah.
Wow, that's great, man. That people can come together to make something cool. You know.
Hell yeah.
Right. So this is these are the characters.
Yeah. Do a quick rundown of them all, which is neat because, like, you know, if you've read the first one, this will make a little bit more sense, but you don't have to have read the first one, you know.
Right. And these characters were all created by other players of the tabletop game that it is based on, right?
Yeah, originally. Now their design and all that stuff is different. You know, their personalities are a little different, but I know what happens to them overall. Like I can see them, you know, with retrospect or a good perspective of their start and their end. And so it helps me as a writer because they've already been fleshed out in my mind. Like I lived with these characters. I know who they are and what they're like and how they would respond. So that's why I say it's based on them. It's not actually them, you know, because like we were all much younger and I don't know if you ever played D&D. Sometimes it goes in weird directions. And so that stuff I can't really put into the story. I just push out. But all the good stuff I tried to pull out and keep in the story. So.
And there's Muhammad.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, but it really matters that you know the characters.
Oh yeah.
To write the story. When you don't know the characters, you're just moving them around, like you know. But you basically
like
want
cutouts. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Well, and I think it helps me kind of give their individual voices, you know, better.
Sure.
It's like I know who they are, and I hope that comes through in the writing. Like you can tell that person is not that person, you know, by the way they speak. So.
Yeah. I'm looking for art, right? So this is Jose Garcia's artwork. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that.
Cool. I love these little, like they have one eye that lights up here.
The little goblin dudes.
Yeah, like a cross between like goblins and Sith Yawas.
Yeah, that's great.
Really cool, man. Look at this art, guys.
Yeah. So in this issue, every fantasy group needs a wizard, and this is actually where they meet their wizard. You know, the group's wizard finally. So, yes.
All right. The group's wizard. John says Immortal Rising is a great comic. Would make an even better novel.
Yeah. Thank you, John.
John's more of the novels, right?
I mean, I may do that in the future. But right now, I'm just trying to get good at, writing and producing a comic. So I'm having a blast.
So what's the process behind the designs? So did Jose design the characters? Did you provide him some sort of template? What happened?
Well, so actually, I had when I was originally doing this, I was doing it for basically just for me and some friends. You know, maybe, sell it to a couple people or something, but really it was just for me and my close friends. And so I got a hold of a character design artist, Steve Whitehead, and was talking with him of, basically what I wanted them to look like roughly. And he really got into, okay, well, what's their personality? How would he do this? And stuff like that. And Steve is the one I give all the credit to designing the low level characters. He did, like Drake here, we wanted to kind of, that was kind of my idea. I was like, let's keep them more. I wanted to keep the characters kind of like a classic look so that they're easy to identify for people that just kind of like, passing by or whatever, like, oh, that guy, he's clearly a ranger, so that kind of stuff was my call. But Steve, and in the first campaign, I included some of the character design art that he did as trading cards. So I'm going to say go back and do it. I'll probably actually bring out those cards again at some point, maybe not on this campaign, but later, and maybe even just like start giving them away, just for fun, because they're really nice art and everything. But that was their design was Steve Whitehead, and then the god characters, that's all Jose. He loves he loves going over the top on everything, and so the God story, he really gets to pour whatever he wants to into it. So
right, and that's this, or are this still lower level?
This is the lower level stuff. Actually, that's the ogre that we saw earlier. This is kind of like a little scene introducing a bad guy. So we kind of start off as all this crazy stuff is happening to them. What's that called? Isekai, right? They get plucked out of their normal life and put into a foreign world, and they got to figure out what the hell is going on. In this one, they've kind of been with each other for a couple of days, and this is where I kind of introduce the baddie that the low level guys will be dealing with. So
yeah, really, really cool. Love this art.
Yeah.
Love the color choices here.
Yeah.
So good, you know. It's too bad you pasted these these.
Over top of it.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have to buy the book.
I know.
But I'll
Right.
tell you, the shirts, that's a new thing for me. So instead of doing cards and posters,
Oh.
I was like, you know what, let's do some shirts. Because I've got that amazing, Empress print that everybody loves. I put that on a shirt. And then I picked out one of my favorites of the Listo, who is one of the god characters. One of my favorite poses, of him, and I put that on another shirt. So there's a choice of two. And if you want to buy both, of course, I'm not going to stop you. Just go ahead and go back in and add on another one. So,
wow, that's cool. Yeah, shirts. I find it a bit like daunting to do shirts. Like you have to have them printed, and it's a lot of things you need to take care of.
yes.
But maybe someday I will offer shirts.
Now, so that little tile right there, it says the add on the original Immortal. There's more detail farther down the page, but that is the very original book. I had it done by when I was on Bancroft, I said he was from the Philippines. If I remember right, he's actually from Indonesia. And oops, sorry. And anyways, his name's Kofarosa. He did all the interior, and my friend who is a mural artist, he did the cover. So the guy that did this, he also did that cover.
Right.
So, which is why it looks like a mural, is because that's what he does. But
he also did the interior work.
he was the artist from Indonesia, Kofarosa.
Right. Yeah.
And unfortunately, I couldn't. It was really difficult, like having a conversation with him, not because of like language or anything, because we just talked through email and like Facebook DMs or whatever, but because the Indonesian government kept shutting off the internet. So well, how am I supposed to get a hold of the guy if they're constantly turning off the internet?
Oh man.
Yeah, they had a lot of political unrest or something like that. So
yeah, it's a weird world, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the real world is crazier than these fantasy worlds that we make.
I cannot deny that. That's one of the reasons I love reading history so much. So
right. Does that help you when you write a story? You have this affinity with history.
Yeah. Yep. History, philosophy, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm in love with it. So I think it does help. Because I can do comparatives, and I already kind of get an idea of like people's reactions. Like the characters' reactions to certain things, because it's similar to what happened in history. From here or from there. So. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it definitely helps.
Gorilla Mar says, "I'll buy you a shirt, Dave." Oh, thank you so much,
Nice.
man. Now I have to.
Yeah.
Now I have to pursue it. Maybe. Yeah, these are some of the gods.
Yes.
I reckon.
Yeah,
Right?
and of course those are the Jose designs. If you couldn't tell,
It's
with
really
the
nuts.
crazy
This guy's
over the
mad.
top design. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. So, and who those are is the one on the right is Listo. He is a god of battle, and the one on the left there is Erickson. He is a god of magic. So,
Erickson.
yes,
So you have gods like super powerful, mighty gods, and it's called Erickson.
yeah,
All right.
yes.
All right.
Yeah, I
that's funny.
kept all the names. So some of the names are gonna be kind of weird or whatever. Like Listo is Spanish, but which I think it means quick or something like that. But that was the name of the that was the name of the character. So I kept all of that in there.
Sure.
And actually, the wizard's name is Onai. which I think Oni is a Japanese word for like, you know, a ghost or something like that. But again, that's what he named it, so that's what I'm going to keep it, just out of continuity and being cool.
Sure. Well, Onai is different, right? But you can have little subtle hints to existing language.
Yeah.
Look
at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. It's gorgeous.
But also these intricate designs, man, and Jose does this to himself. He needs to draw these characters over and over, right?
Yeah.
He makes it really.
He does it to himself. Is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
There we go.
I love this. Good storytelling. I can see this as a cartoon, as a animated feature.
That I hear that very, very often, and I mean, obviously, I agree. I think that would be, that's next level, though. Maybe if I can keep churning these out, then maybe it will be noticed, and I can make an animated,
oftentimes I prefer like animation over like real life adaptations because you can actually like convert the style and the atmosphere from the books.
Yeah, that's true. You can hit it much more accurately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at that. That's so cool.
Yeah, really
now
nice.
This one, I did offer some guidance on because he had to. So this is Muhammad's deity. That's his god, and so there is some things by their religion that he had to have. So like for instance, the white, that's called the Shroud of a Martyr, and all of that has backstory that I don't really get into here. But I more likely I will do more. Well, I should say I have planned and written short one shots for a little like a side. Well, for instance, one of the ash cans that I'm doing is Immortal Rising Tales, and that one is just a one-shot tale in the universe that has nothing to do with the main story. So, and I really had a fun time doing that. I may do that again in the future, kind of explaining some of the backstory and stuff. So,
all right. You said that this was Muhammad's god. So do all these low-level characters have their own gods?
They don't. They're not all religious, but Muhammad is a cleric. So this is his. And on Terra, which is the planet this all takes place on, he is the one deity left, or standing, I should say. He's the only one that is active in the world.
So are these deities known? Are they invisible, or do people know them?
So they don't really walk among men without a physical avatar, which I don't get into in this book, but I get into and explain a little bit later. So
sure, because in such world, so you have some people who don't believe in gods. You said so in this world, so it has to have a reason to actually, like some fantasy worlds that are so dependent on like these godlike creatures that that's technically impossible for anyone to be atheist, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I mean, I kind of feel that way about our world, but like for instance, the main character Drake, he doesn't actively worship or acknowledge any deities at all. So
all right, yeah. Okay.
Not that he's atheist necessarily. It's not really a conversation that comes up with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right.
This is the comparison, of Cote Forosa, the Indonesian artist, and Jose's version.
It got completely redrawn.
Yes. Yeah. Well, so I had the first one in production, and that's when I was like, man, it had taken like at that point 9 months of back and forth, not hearing from the artist for like 2 months or something. I was pulling my hair out, and like as a writer, I'm like, I need to get this out. And that's actually when the Knights of Locutus story was born, because I was like, I would love to tell, this tale from the perspective of the gods, because that is a part of it, you know. And if you've ever played at a table, you know, when you have high level characters that become gods, you know, they still interact with they can still interact indirectly in the world, and that's where Knights of Locutus came from. And so I started looking around for an artist that could do it, and that's when I found Jose, and he did the first Knights of Locutus for me. And after that, between having, you know, a difficult time contacting my original artist, and then also seeing the difference in skill, you know, like Jose is, you know, a cajillion bloody finger hours doing animation, and you can tell the difference. So I was like, hey, Jose, will you just redo the, you know, first issue for me? And, you know, we worked something out, and he was like, yeah, you know, I like the story. I like everything about what you're doing. Let's do it. So
great.
That's where we come to.
Fantastic. Was Kof disappointed?
No, I don't know. He kind of dropped off the world. I haven't heard from him in years, so I don't really know what happened. I think I looked him up on Twitter a couple years ago when I first got on Twitter, and I think he was like selling NFTs or something. So I'm not sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
good luck.
I love the comparison pages, man.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Oh, and so I only printed out 100 of the original comic. I've already sold maybe 20 of them. And it is, you know, if it is a collector kind of thing, because I'm not making any more of them. I don't have any plan of printing them out again. They're floppy, saddle stitched, you know, 50 pages or whatever it is. And I'm not going to be returning to that one. So, you know, once they're sold out, that is it. And I wanted to offer it at a price range. So, like, you know, not everybody's going to want the original version, but for those who want to kind of contribute more than just what I'm offering, like a little extra, you know, to be a completionist, and say you want to give me, you know, that extra cash, I put this out there as well. So
yeah,
it's not a must-have,
absolutely.
but for the completionist or the person who wants to be generous, I gave them, you know, I put this one out as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really cool when people are really fans of this series. For them, this is really cool to see how things started out. And
well, and some people have more money than others, you know, and they want to contribute more. But on Indiegogo, you know, there's not really, I don't think there's like a here's more money button. So and I want to give more than just take. So I want to be able to give back as well.
Yeah, absolutely. John says, listening at work, don't mind my lurking. All right.
Not at all.
Isn't your work writing, John?
Yeah. You making the Black Crown too?
I can't really listen to podcasts when I'm writing. The ash cans. These are the ash cans, the covers.
Yeah. So these stories me and Jose did together. The Black and White, The Tower Time Forgot, was a short story that was featured in Arrow Comics Out of Obscurity, and it was in an anthology. So you know, it's only like maybe 8 pages or 7 pages or something like that. So that one I'll be putting in as an ash can, and then the other one was a short story, one shot that I had in Anvil magazine #2. So it's called Baphomet's Child. Excuse me. It's a side story one shot, just kind of in the universe, you know, in the world, but not a part of the major story. So, and that's what I was talking about earlier, where I kind of want to do one shot stories that aren't all part of the main, just for, you know, the people who enjoy Jose's work, and 2, enjoy the setting. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like there's a lot there's a lot going on with the setting and everything. So if I can just you know, maybe tell the story of something that I mentioned in the book in the side story, I think people will really enjoy that. And
these are also new characters, or different characters from different places. Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Right. John says, nope, book 2 is The Lionheart. Same world, same time, different cast and place.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right. All right, this
Some
looks
world
really
building.
cool. Guys, the link to this campaign is pinned in the chat. It's also in the description of this video. Go check it out. We had 31 backers. Let's refresh. Let's refresh. 31 backers, guys. Great. So share it out. Talk about the
Yes,
campaign.
please.
Share it out on social media. Let other people know about Immortal Rising.
So I do want to say the perks. I'm basically giving these floppies away at cost. So $10 for 2 floppies plus shipping, which is really the killer. I mean, shipping right now is insanity. So but I dropped the prices as low as I could. It's basically $5 a book. So if you aren't familiar with it, you don't really have the money, whatever your reasoning is, I'm putting these floppies out there for you specifically. If you're interested, you want to check it out at all, bang, go check it out. There's not much reason not to. So
absolutely. Do you also offer digitals?
I am not right now. I will later, because I did on my first campaign and I had a few hits, but really I sold more digitals after after my main campaign was over. People were like, "Oh, here's the digital." Yeah.
Sure. Right. Really, really cool.
Now that one, so that is the everything box. That's the big guy. That has everything in it. You get the 2 premiums, you get the 4 floppies, the 2 ash cans, and a shirt. I also plan on doing a custom box. So, which unfortunately my lazy ass did not come up with a graphic for, but I will be doing a box. So you put all that.
Will you be designing that yourself with your newly acquired Photoshop skills?
I will be. Yes, I will.
All right. Looking forward to that. Great campaign. Great looking campaign. Great looking book. Good premise. Awesome. Guys, check it out. Share it out. And so stop the screen.
Yeah,
Right.
tell all your friends, anybody that's interested in, role playing or fantasy, stories and books and stuff. There's nothing else out there being made like this. It's really, you get into it, the art will capture you. The characters are interesting to watch, to see them, because they're young, they're somewhat, immature in their own ways, and you see them kind of have to overcome each other's bullshit to be able to survive in this war that's going on around them. So and the shit gets thicker the longer it goes. It only escalates.
Woo. Wow, really, really cool. You have something cool going on. Great franchise. This is a franchise,
Yes.
guys. This is really cool.
I think it will be.
Yeah. So keep at it, man. It's really cool. Right. Before we close off, guys. Before we close off, I have something of my own to showcase for a moment.
Ooh,
a little moment.
yeah.
If you grant me a few minutes, I can share with you Perfect 10, Book 5, POWERTRIP, Book 2. So we made 2 new books, or we are making 2 new books, and we put them both in one campaign to make it easier for everyone, right? So Perfect 10, Book 5, this is if you like superhero stuff. So this is really where you think like the mainstream big guys, the publishers kind of dropped the ball. We're picking the ball up and we're making something awesome here. So we're building a fantastic superhero universe, a lot of action, really colorful. Look at this. This is cover A by POWERTRIP, the main artist of the book. Cover B also by Pow. This is classic like superhero stuff that I love to read, right? It's action packed. It's non-stop. It's fast moving. We have a shitload of characters because we introduce a lot here, and this takes place in like the main headquarters of the villain. So you have a lot of them, right?
Man, look at that spread. That is awesome.
That's crazy, right?
That's just a callback to a classic, Marvel. I mean, that's great. Or even DC. Like I could see X-Men or like Avengers Assemble right there. That's great.
Yeah, man. That's the feeling that I want to evoke. So you buy this book, with every page turn, you get something awesome. You get something that makes you go, I'm so happy that I bought this book, right? So a lot of action, a lot of cool characters. And then we have the second book is called POWERTRIP. This is a anthology series because we have too many characters to give their own title, but we can introduce new concepts through this format, which are 3 shorter stories per issue. This is issue 2, and it introduces Shadow Lion. It's written by Jochem van der Steen and drawn by Ider Messia from Brazil. This is a Brazilian like street level superhero. Really cool, guys. And then we have the Flying Dutchman. So he's like our Superman, but he's from the Netherlands, and I happen to write it. That's really cool.
Nice.
So I made this together with POW. In between doing the Perfect 10 books. And then we have The Phenomenals, written by Lee Byron Carver. He also wrote The Company Man, so he is familiar with team dynamics with superheroes. And so I gave him this concept, and it's technically about these superheroes who never made it through the official superhero training. And so they formed their own group and be heroes without the support from the government, right? That's technically it, guys. And the link to this campaign is also in the description of this video. And yesterday we launched something else that I want to show also, which is this one. We made a 3rd cover. Look at this. 3rd cover by the legendary Allan Goldman. And it's inked by Thiago Gomez. It's colored by Daniel Rodriguez. Check this out, guys. And you can only get this version through Fund My Comic. It's an exclusive cover. If you want to, it has the same price. If you happen to have backed on Indiegogo, and you see this, and you're like, I like to have this one also, just go buy it. Fill in the coupon code shipping paid. So type in shipping paid, and it will negate the extra shipping costs, right? So it will go in one package for your convenience, and the rest is the same. So stop the screen, right? Wolf whistle.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Aaron, thank you for being my guest for today and showing us your wonderful campaign.
Yes, thank you for having me on. I really appreciate the time and your chat. And thank you, Gorilla Mar, for buying. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
you're helping the dream come true, sir.
Yeah, man. We can't make this book these books without you guys. So thank you so much.
For real.
All right, so special thanks to the chat for everyone who watched us today. And if you're watching from the replay, hi, and thank you very much. If you like this conversation, please give it a like. If you didn't like the conversation, give the video a dislike, and I'm very sorry.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, don't do that, please. I will be back next week, same time, same channel, new guest. Hope to see you guys then. Bye, guys.